Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whims Studio. Well, here we are on Tuesday, October 1st. This is actually last week's video being filmed this week. It's been crazy. Had the pattern release, as you know. I filmed a video and uploaded it yesterday showing all of the new releases, and I decided I have so much to talk about that I really want to keep my schedule as once a week. So I'm going to talk about everything last week now, and then this Friday I will talk about what happened this week. I know, it's confusing, but welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. This channel, my name is Teresa Kogut. This channel is about all my creative whims. I am an artist and I paint with acrylic and watercolor. I license my artwork. I also design punch needle and cross stitch. And I love my life. I'm very, very fortunate and blessed and grateful to be able to spend my days creating. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a repeat, hanging in there with me person, I really appreciate that. So we celebrated our anniversary, 2 weekends ago. And so I'm representing our friends. Kevin went to high school with Bruce, and so when he met Angie, when Bruce and Angie owned the Old Mission Inn on Old Mission Peninsula up in Traverse City, and so when Bruce met Angie, pretty much Kevin met her around the same time too. So they've been friends forever, and they purchased this inn and renovated it. I mean, they have story after story of how difficult, number one, it was for them to purchase this place because they wanted to make it into, an inn, not a bed and breakfast, but an inn. They're eventually going to have a restaurant, like the restaurant part, the kitchen part done, but they're going to add a big deck off the side of the inn and actually serve food, and they just recently got their liquor license. So they're growing and growing, and for many years Bruce worked down here in the Flint area servicing, I think, plumbing. I can't remember exactly, sorry Bruce, but he would go spend his drive 4 hours or 3 hours up to the inn on the weekends and help renovate that. But then Monday morning he was back in this area working. He did that for years. I don't know. These people have more energy and more vision than anybody I have ever met in my life. But anyways, I'm going to insert some pictures of their beautiful inn, and we got to stay in the cherry room. So it's at the end of the inn, so it's nice and private and quiet. And you have your own bathroom, bedroom. We had a kitchen, dining room, and like a living room, TV. I mean, all the amenities that you could ever want. And then across the street from them is oh gosh, is it Traverse Bay? My bad. I guess I should have looked this stuff up first. Anywho, across the street from them is a park, but the park, I mean, it's not like there's not picnic tables, not that kind of a park, but it's where you can go and hang out at this little beachy area and take your kayaks. And so I went kayaking for the first time. I don't think Kevin had ever been kayaking either. I thought kayaking was like difficult. I thought it was real tippy, and we didn't bring swimsuits, so I didn't want to bring my phone because I thought if I tip over I don't want to lose my phone. But these kayaks were awesome and super easy to use, so we just went out into it was beautiful. So we don't have pictures of that part because neither one of us wanted to take the chance of ruining our phones. But at one time see, years and years ago, the inn used to own that property across the street that goes, you know, meets the water. And somehow that parcel got separated, and whoever owned it, I can't remember who owned it, but they wanted to build high-rise buildings there for, you know, vacation, like hotels or whatever, because the view is beautiful and everything. Well, that would have blocked the view for the Old Mission Inn, and it would have really, I think, hurt their business. But anyway, it turns out they just ended up making it into this park area, and it used to be years and years and years ago a campground. So anyway, it's just interesting. They have so many stories, and Angie spent countless hours researching the history of the place and meeting the ancestors of the people that owned it, and, you know, has the wall of photos and history where you can read newspaper articles from way back when. And was it Babe Ruth and Joe Louis stayed there, and so they're going to make 2 new rooms and name them after them. And anyways, just lots of cool history, and I love to think back in those times and how it was, you know. Not that I would want to live back then, because I kind of like showers and toilets indoors. But so that was a really nice weekend, and we got to spend a lot of time with them, which we haven't been able to do in many years, so we got to catch up, and it was awesome. And their son Tyler is also a partner with them, so he is there every day working it with them, and I mean, it's just cool. And Tyler is our son Kyle's age, about 26, so it was nice to see him too, and just a great weekend. All right, and I'm going to have a link below too to their website, so if you're ever up in that area, I highly recommend that you go there. They're the friendliest, nicest people, and they keep that place clean, and just it's really, really nice. And of course, Thursday I had Ellery. I should say we had Ellery, because both the boys were here, and Brianna came early with Easton so that she could hang out and visit. And then my mom showed up. Like, it was kind of late, and I really didn't think she was going to make it, but she ended up coming too. And when my house is full of family, that's my happy place. That's where I just, it was awesome. And then, so the next day, Friday, was my day to ship all of my auto ship stores. So what auto ship is, I have a list of stores, and they have like a standing order with me. Whenever I have a new release, they, you know, this one place wants, you know, 6 of all the new cross stitch and 3 of all the new punch needle. No matter what the amount, how many I release, that's just like a standing order. And so it makes it easy for me, because I know I have these standing orders, and I just send them a PayPal invoice, they pay it, and I ship it. And they get, so the perk for them is they get free shipping, and their orders are shipped ahead of any other orders that come in. So it's a win-win. It's pretty nice. So I shipped those on Friday, and also on that day, guess what happened, you guys? My large format printer that I use to print all my covers for my patterns died. Totally died on me. And as you know, if you are familiar with my channel and have been watching me, I have a new large format printer and a brand new Apple computer that I've had. This is awful. It's awful. I've had it the entire year. I guess I just work better under pressure. But I'm, like I've told you before, I work between 10 and 14 hours a day, and a lot of times I work Saturdays, and I'm so busy. But I really, really should have taken one of those days and just said, okay, this is the day I'm hooking all this up. But I didn't. And so when my printer died, doesn't mean that the printer can't be used again. We're gonna have a service guy come out and hopefully fix it. But it forced me then to spend part of Saturday, no, actually Sunday, because Saturday I did all my FFOs for my new releases, and then Sunday I spent cleaning the area out where I wanted to set my computer up and getting that all functioning, did that Sunday, and I try really hard not to work Sundays, but I only worked 3 hours. I at least just did, you know, clean that area up, and then got the computer out of the box and set it up. And then last night, I spent a lot of time getting the new computer and the new printer set up and connected. Now with these big, huge Epson large format printers, I mean, they're giant printers. They print, this one, my old one only printed 24-inch wide rolls of paper. This one prints larger rolls. It's huge. It's probably overkill, but anyways, you can't just like plug it in and then print the covers. The color is going to be awful. You have to download these profiles, and you have to dink around with it for quite a while to get the colors that you need, to get the colors right. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing later today. Here's the other clincher that I just now got off the phone with Cartridge World. That's where I order all my ink for my large format printer. So I called her and I said, I have this new printer, and here are all the ink colors. There's like, I think there's 9 different ink colors. And so she said, well, let me find out, you know, if I can get these in, blah, blah, blah. She calls me back. It takes 2 to 3 weeks to get the ink, and they're like $220.99 a piece. Yikes. But it is what it is. It's part of doing business. But the price didn't scare me as bad as 2 to 3 weeks to get them in. So now I'm going to contact Epson and see if I can just buy directly from Epson. I'll probably be paying more, but I'll get them quicker, and then I can use Cartridge World knowing that it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get the ink, and I'll probably just have, anyway, this is life of owning your own business. And the reason that freaks me out is because when you buy a printer, I didn't know this. It's been we've had that old printer since we moved here. So 19 years it's been since I bought that printer, the first one. Well, when you buy a printer, a big printer like that from Epson, there was a box and it had all the ink cartridges in it. I'm thinking they're full cartridges. For the amount of money I paid for that printer, wouldn't you think they would give you full ink? No, they're just a little bit of ink in it, and what they do is they charge the printer or some weird thing. It took like 45 minutes for all these ink things to sync up with the printer. So anyway, I am freaking out because I don't have enough patterns to even fill all the orders I got, because I got way more orders than I usually do for my releases. So I'm going to probably just back order what I don't have for the, I don't know. I really thought this week I would be up and running again. If I can get the service guy out to fix my old printer, if he can come out this week, I might be back in business this week. I'm praying that this works out. Otherwise, it'll be a while before some orders or some stores get their orders, and that's my bad, and I apologize. I wanted to do a shout out. Wait, is that it? That's it. Yes. I mean, I've sent a lot of orders out. Monday and Friday, and even Saturday I sent some orders out. So a lot of shops will have the new releases. So, before you go there, if you're looking for my patterns in particular, you might want to call your LNS to see if they have their order yet. Because like I said, I sent a lot out, but I still have a lot that I don't have enough patterns for. Okay, I want to shout out Stitch Roadie. I don't know her name. I should have wrote that down, but I didn't, so my bad. But she looks so familiar to me. I need to message her and see if we ever met before, because she looks so familiar to me, and her mannerisms and everything. I'm wondering if she owned a store back in the day. Maybe I met her at Market Square. I don't know. But that, or she has a twin out there somewhere that I have met. But she's a hoot. I just watched one of her videos when I was walking on my elliptical, and I swear there was toilet paper hanging on her light, and I'm like, is that toilet paper? And my husband happens to have the day off today, and he's like, sure looks like it. Well, then she went in to explain that people were saying that her light looks like a toilet, and it does. She lifted the lid, I guess, that covers the magnifying glass, and it looks like a toilet. So to be funny, she put a roll of toilet paper hanging off her light, which is hysterical. But it's practical too, because she said that way she doesn't have to have Kleenex on her table taking up space. Okay, do what you gotta do, you know. But she's a hoot. I really like watching her. So guess what, guys? I know the Angel deck is shipping. I received a box yesterday. My samples, I got 10 free samples per my contract. Actually, my contract said 5, but they sent me 10 because they are so happy with them and they wanted me to have enough to hand out to my family and friends. So that means they have them and they're shipping. So my order should hopefully be here by the end of the week, and I will have them on my Etsy shop the day they come in, because people are emailing me about it. People are messaging, when are these going to be available? Can we pre-order? Well, I'm not taking pre-orders because I don't know the price yet. There was not like a final price, and I don't know, they're heavy. I don't know what the shipping is going to be. So I'm waiting. I'm not taking pre-orders on that. But anyway, just stay tuned. I'll probably, at the end of this video, I'm going to insert a video that I actually put on Instagram. So you may have seen it. That's why I'm going to put it at the end. So if you've seen it, you don't have to watch it again. But it shows, I just like do this little flip through of all of the cards. I'll show you. I'll show you on here too, just so that I can read a few of the backs of them and explain a little bit more about them. But I'll do that at the end. Okay, what else? Yeah, I also received my samples from Park Designs. They're the new Christmas dinnerware. So I haven't had a chance to unbox that yet, but I'm going to do a separate, like, special video showing all the new Park Designs products. The line is like moose and deer and, you know, like a woodland thing with the snowman. So I want to show you all that. Before I move on, I wanted to mention I'm filming in my basement. Okay, so the roof was supposed to get worked on today at my studio, and they're going to be tearing off and walking on the roof, and it was going to be loud and everything. So I brought everything up here so that I could do Flosstube up here. Well, it turns out it's supposed to rain the next 3 days, like pretty heavily, so they don't want to mess with the roof now. So I could have done it down there, but I'm like, you know what? I'm already here. My mom is coming in about a half an hour. I'm going with her to her doctor's appointment. It's the last one she's going to have before leaving for 6 months to Florida, so I really want to be there with her. So I'm like, I'm just going to do this at the house. I'm like, where am I going to do it where the light's good and it's got a decent backdrop? Well, I mentioned in one of my videos that I bid on this at the seminarian dinner fundraiser and won the bid. And I still have not called the gentleman that his uncle painted this because I want to know more about his uncle. So eventually, when I do get a hold of Mark, I will be sharing that with you. Okay. Pause. That scared the crap out of me. Oh my gosh. So we're hiring, it's Kevin's friend's son. Kevin's friend does a lot of construction and things like that. Well, his son is also into that, and he is doing the roof at the studio. But we're also getting quotes from him on putting the drywall up and everything on the other side of the studio so that we can move the pattern business over there. And he forgot I was recording down here, and they just came in the basement because he's going to hire them possibly to finish what Kevin has started in the basement so that we can have it done by Thanksgiving. We have a lot of stuff going on, guys. Anywho, I don't even know where I think I was talking about this thing. I'm not sure. But I need to get with Mark and ask him more details about his uncle, because my understanding is that his uncle has painted a lot of murals in churches and things, and as you can see from his work, he does exquisite work. I mean, this is stunning, absolutely beautiful, and I'm just thrilled that I was able to win that bid. And when we got it, and I say when I got it in the basement, no, it's very heavy. When my husband got it in the basement, It matches the wall color perfectly. I mean, it was meant to be. So moving right along, you know I mentioned probably a month or more back that I was going to put my originals, my watercolors. I have stacks and stacks of original watercolors, cute, primitive stuff, my bear calendar images, all of that on Etsy. It's just been too crazy busy and I haven't had time. But that is something, because I have a lot of Halloween stuff that I would like to put on Etsy. It is October 1st, so it's now or never. So I'm planning on taking a day. You know, if I get my printer up and running, then I will be focused on getting my orders out. So I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but if I can't get the printers running, I may just take one afternoon and just do nothing but upload things to Etsy, because I really need to get going on that. And yeah, when I was cleaning out the area, so I told you when I was cleaning out the other side of the studio where we're moving our pattern business over to, I found a lot of really cool old things that I licensed, and a lot of my old artwork from when I was in college and everything. And then when I was cleaning the area out to put my computer there, behind that desk there was all kinds of licensed product back there. So there's some things that I'm going to share with you eventually. And I found more quilts that were bagged up in back there. Didn't even know they were back there. I mean, this is terrible, you guys. I have so much stuff. So I want to show those quilts because they are so stinking cute. Questions and answers. Tina Bush, she asked, have you looked at hand-dyed fabric by Stephanie for orange linen? I have not. So I will check that out. However, I did find, or no, is that the one? Oh my gosh, wait a minute. I found a lady on Etsy, and she's from Hungary. I don't know, guys, but anyway, she's from Hungary. She had some really nice oranges, and so I placed an order with her, and when they come in, I will be showing them to you. I mean, we'll see. I wish I knew how to say her business name. Exju Design. Exju Design. Okay, so it's J-U. I will get back with you. All right. That was my mom. We went to her doctor's appointment. I'm back, and I'm like kind of excited because I got some haul in the mail today. So I'm like, I might as well just show you that today, because we had talked about Exju Design or something, and that came in today from Hungary. So I want to show that to you later. Oh God, where did we leave off? Oh, we were doing questions and answers, weren't we? Okay, we were. All right, Joanne Moore asked, is any of your artwork used in your parish church environment? Actually, I painted a mural for our church when Father George was there. It's been, I'd say, six or 7 years probably now, maybe even more. Time just flies. But behind the big crucifix, it was just a white wall, and I'll insert pictures, but I painted a sky and then some rocks, and then he liked that so much where if you're standing on the altar and looking out at the congregation, there's this wall up above, and he had bought this statue of Mary, and he wanted lilies painted around her and then like a field of flowers, so I painted that. So I have painted a couple murals, but they were things that I've never painted a mural before, ever. So it wasn't like my style. Like, no, there's none of my angel paintings or any of my Holy Family paintings hanging in our church. As far as products that, you know, you could have, because I think she mentioned something about, what did she say? I think she elaborated a little bit more and said something about having product or paintings. I don't know. Anyways, so I've done a couple murals, but that's it. Nan Russell, does Attic Needlework in Mesa, Arizona carry your patterns? You know what? It sounds familiar. That sounds terrible. If I was at my studio, I could get on my computer and check for you, but I'm up at the house, so I can't. Unless I can, real quick, I can look in PayPal and see if I've ever billed her that way. I think she is a customer of mine, because I went into Gmail and I typed in Attic Needlework, and her name is Jean Lee, correct? I believe, because the name sounded familiar, so I do believe she carries my designs. Sarah Brunsvold asked, any chance we'll be seeing your new grandson soon? I'm going to insert pictures of him here, but yes, he is going to be coming. I think it's mid-October. Brianna goes back to work, so he will be coming over with Ellery every Thursday. So hashtag Thursdays with Ellery will now be hashtags with Thursdays with Ellery and Easton. I gotta change the hashtag. So yeah, he is, oh, he's so cute. He is precious, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with him. You know, Ellery is not one that lets you hold her very much, so it'd be nice to have a baby to hold. Edwina Bang, she said, have you seen the bed frame on Addicted Stitchers? No, I haven't. I have no idea what that is, but I will check it out. If you, hey Edwina, you can help me out by letting me know which video, or maybe insert a link or something, because you know when I go to like a Flosstube channel, they have 70 videos. I would never be able to find it. Bobby Taylor asked, how close are you to Warren, Michigan? Warren, Michigan is probably 40 minutes from me, and it's definitely going to be southeast of me. Oh, my bad. Warren, Michigan is 66 miles, an hour and 19 minutes. I was thinking it was way closer. Yeah, Warren, Michigan, it's past Rochester Hills and Sterling Heights and Auburn Hills, and oh yeah, it's by Southfield. Oh God, Warren is really close to Detroit. Okay, so yeah, hour and a half. What else? Anne Pacini, do you know Ellen is actually one of the singers for Crash Test Dummies? Yes, I did know that. I found that out, I don't know, after I watched her first video. What is her Flosstube? Power Hour, Cross Stitch Power Hour, something like that. But Ellen Reed, yeah, and I think it was because once I watched her video, I think it was her third video, and I laughed so hard I almost wet my pants. And I'm like, I have to watch all her videos right now. So I started with one, watched two, and somehow in there, because she kept saying she had to go on a tour or something like that, and I'm like, wow, is she in a band? And so anyway, I researched it and found out, yes, that's very cool. She's hilarious. Olga Romero, she asked, do your calendars have your name on them so we know that they're your designs? Yes, on the cover, I will insert a picture, but on the cover of the Bear calendar, my name is on there. Oh, on Instagram, people keep asking when my samplers will be released. So I did the sampler September and designed a sampler, one a week. So I'm hoping to introduce all of those in Nashville in March. It depends on if they get done in order to, you know, take them to that show. And then I had a couple people on Instagram had some questions. Bread and Thread by Sean Wright. No, this was not Instagram. This was actually my new release, pattern release video that I filmed yesterday. There were a couple questions there. Bread and Thread by Sean Wright. She said, is Flosstube open to a new channel that is punch needle only, no cross stitch at all? Because she doesn't want to break any rules. Well, I know Flosstube is mostly pretty much all cross stitch, but there's people that do cross stitch and quilting. I do punch needle and cross stitch, but I don't show a lot of cross stitch because I don't actually do cross stitch. And it's called Flosstube because if you use, you know, it's like a needlework type of tagline. I mean, you use embroidery floss to make punch needles, so I don't see why that would be an issue. I mean, start a channel, and what's going to happen is people that are not interested in punch needle at all probably won't watch your channel. But then you're going to get, because somebody just recently mentioned in one of their videos, or maybe I read it on Instagram, but somebody asked, are there any, you know what it was? My bad. It was in a Facebook group, and it was a punch needle Facebook group, and someone said, is there anyone out there in Flosstube land that talks about punch needle? That's what it was. So there are people that do punch needle that don't do cross stitch, and they will definitely, you know, love your channel. So I would say go for it. McLam 2011, she said, on your patterns, do you offer DMC conversion? I do on my punch needle. I do not on my cross stitch. And a lot of reason I don't on my cross stitch is because I don't have room to put it. When I have a lot of threads, I just don't have room on the back of that. But I offer where you can go online and download a PDF that has my DMC conversion chart. So from weeks to DMC. So I'll put that link below so you can check that out too. Works in progress, I don't have any. No works in progress. Okay, finishes. I'm going to show you the last and final sampler September sampler that I designed. It's called Newcastle Bouquet. Oh, there's so much glare down here. And it's rather large too. It's like 270 something, but I don't know. I can't remember now, but I need to make it smaller. Hold on. There we go. So it's got dragonflies and birds and a cool looking moth at the bottom. Yeah. So there you go. I really enjoy designing samplers. Like, I really enjoy that. And as you know, FFOs, you've already seen them. I filmed that yesterday, so you've already seen that. But I do want to just show you something so that in case this is your first time watching me, you can kind of understand where I'm coming from when I do my designs. So I painted these two paintings. This one is called Peaceful Snow, and this one is called Joyful Scene. And these are acrylic paintings on wood, so there's crackle and stuff in them. But these, I loved these so much. They have that nice folk art look. Then I translated that into cross stitch. It is not punch needle yet, but I'd like to do that in punch needle. So in case you're wondering about like how I go about designing, when I design my samplers, I just open up a blank screen and I just start designing as I go. But the majority of my cross stitch comes from my artwork. So I thought you might like to see that comparison. And then haul. So I wanted to get, knowing I was going to be doing the fully finishing of all of the new designs, I needed some fabric for finishing. So I went online and I just typed in homespun fabric and did a Google search, and Walmart came up, and I'm like, well, that's really weird. But evidently Walmart is kind of like Amazon, where they have other sellers. So I bought homespun fabrics and I love them. Some of them just arrived today actually. So this is a lot of the browns. Look at those beautiful fabrics. And they came in like a fat quarter bundle. Like this one just came today. So it comes like this. It's Dunroven House homespun fabric fat quarters. So this is how they come in that plastic. The cool little label. And look at all these reds in the lovely primitive taupey brown colors. I love that. And then I've used some of them up. And then this is like my black, the blacks and tans. So I'll put a link below where you can buy those, because if you like primitive, that's the color palette you want. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna back up. FFOs. I do have something to show you. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I was sending some things to Vonna to finish. I got them back, and her work is just exquisite. And the pattern for these two, it'll be one pattern and you'll get both of the designs. And the patterns will not be released until my next release, which will be January, probably mid to late January. But I'm showing you now so that you can go to hobbylobby.com and purchase the candle stands in case you don't have them already. So this one says $9.99, but you know, they have sales all the time. I would not pay full price. So it's a metal, galvanized metal candle stand. And look at that cute, do I have it upside down? I do. Okay, focus. Look at how cute that is. And I sent her Lady Dot Creates brown pom-pom, I think it's called Bear. The color is Bear. And then vintage Rick Rack trim. So I sent her all the stuff that she needed, well, except the batting. And Vonna finished these for me. Are they not adorable? So I'll have a link where you can purchase each one of these candle stands. And here's the other one. So this one is a wood base with a tin top and it says home on it. Okay, get my face out of there. Not focusing. There we go. And then, you know, she used the same trims on that one as well. Are those not cool? And I was looking at them and trying to figure out how the heck she did this, and I have no idea. But I asked her if she had a tutorial on that, and she said she has a tutorial not on YouTube, but at her website. So when I do the pattern, I will have a link to her website where you can get the instructions on how to finish it. But I love and adore these. I think they turned out amazing, and I mean, hats off to you, Vonna. Your finishing is exquisite and I love it. So I wanted to share that so that you can go to Hobby Lobby and buy those, because you know, by the time I release these in January, who knows if they're still going to carry those candle stands. All right, so I'm going to finish with a haul. And so Ju Design, I think that's how you say it. It's J-U and then Design. That order just came today. So I ordered this, I want to say last Saturday, and I already got it from Hungry, no less. That's amazing. So I was looking for some oranges, and then I found, of course, some others that I liked. So here is, this is 32 count Zweigart Lugana Murano even weave, and the name is Orange Kiss. hopefully you can see that. It's not my favorite color orange. It looks to me like an orange sherbet color. It's really not showing up well. The basement is definitely not the place to be doing my Flosstube videos. Then I purchased 40 count Zweigart Newcastle linen. This one is called Bird Cage. This is a ½ yard. I really like that color. Oh, that looks pretty good. That's pretty accurate. There you go. That's much better. I'm gonna see if I can get a better take on this. So anyway, I'll have a link to her Etsy shop so that you can, if you're interested in buying linen from her. Then we have 56 count Zweigart Kingston linen. This is brown gray. 56 count. I mean, I could never see that to stitch, but I know there's stitchers that like to do that. And everything looks so petite and cool, but I love this color. So then I was asking her, I sent her a picture of Weeks Dye Works sweet potato embroidery floss, and I said, do you have anything that color? And she's like, yes I do. She sent me a picture and I bought it. It was not listed on her Etsy shop. 32 count Zweigart Belfast linen, and the color is squirrel, and it's just to die for. Look at that. I mean, it is perfect. This is the perfect color I was looking for. So I'm so excited. It's exciting. Okay. I'm gonna stop right now and I'm gonna go eat some lunch because it's like 1 o'clock and I haven't ate all day and I'm starving. And another reason is because to do the giveaway and the Chinese fortune teller, I have to be down at the studio. So I will see you in a minute. I'm back. I totally forgot about some more haul that I want to show you. As I've said in a previous video, that Weeks Dye Works is now hand dyeing on a Zweigart base linen. So I wanted to share that with you. I got a couple in. So this one is 40 count mocha. I've used mocha. I used to use mocha a ton when I first started designing, but I love this 40 count and it's on a Zweigart base. And then I have, this one is 40 count straw with this Zweigart base. Let me turn it around. Isn't it gorgeous? It's really a little bit more yellow than what it's showing here. Yeah, I'm not filming in the basement anymore. This is just no good. So maybe if I hold them like this. Oh yeah, you can see one's more yellow, one's more brown. So this is this is mocha. This is straw. Okay, I'm going to eat lunch. I'm back. This has been the most chopped up Flosstube I have ever done. So many interruptions. And then we just had a big storm go through as I was coming down to the studio, so God only knows what my hair looks like, but I'm at the point where I don't really care. So I think all we had left to do was the drawing. And the prize for the drawing are actually 4 of these. I forgot. I only drew one. I only did the YouTube random comment picker for one, and then I remembered, oh, wait a minute, I have more. So I looked to see how many I had, and I actually have 4. So I drew 4 names, and I'm going to insert the video of the choosing of the names right here. So this last week's question was, are you married? And if so, how many years have you been married? And here we go. With the YouTube random comment picker. Where's my mouse? There we go. Who's the winner? Why is it not working? Seriously? This has been the most difficult floss tube I have ever recorded. Seriously. Now it is storming out. I don't know if you can hear that. For crying out sideways. Here we go. Jeepers, it's finally working. The winner is 1856 Brick House. I am happily married for 24 years. I am from Michigan and love hearing about the towns you mention. I live in Indiana now. Don't like it. Traverse City is fantastic. My in-laws used to spend time every summer at an elderly friend's summer cabin up there. He owned that cabin for many years, and one of his neighbors was Ernest Hemingway. True story. Wow, that's super cool. So thank you, 1856 Brick House. If you could please email me your mailing address and let me know what your YouTube name is so that I know I'm getting the right person. And also let me know that you won the Heritage Lace Halloween wall hanging. Thank you everyone for participating, and many of you are married for many, many years, so congratulations on that. Thanks. I totally forgot. I was going to give away more than one, and I went through all of them, and I found 4. So there's going to be 4 winners. So let's continue picking winners. So winner number 2 is Peggy Sherrill. I'm widowed, but would have been married 45 years. Congratulations, Peggy. Winner number 3, dun, 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 is the suspense. Roxy Voorhees. Happy anniversary. Enjoy your gateway. We have been married 48 years. Wow, that's awesome. All right, Roxy, congratulations. She's winner number 3. So winner number 4 is Christy Green. Love watching your videos. Love watching. Your videos are always exciting to see pop up in the notifications. Been married 37 years now. Really like the new samplers and hope you can continue to design more. Such a busy woman. Thanks for taking time out to share with all of us. Thank you so much. And congratulations, Christy. Yay. That's fun. So congratulations, ladies. That's pretty awesome. I love these wall hangings. They're so cool. So all we have left now, I believe, I have gotten everything. I didn't remember to bring down one of the angel decks to show you and read some of the things on the back. So I'm going to wait until my shipment comes in to actually show that to you. I will attach the video though at the end, just showing you the Instagram movie that I made of I made a movie, y'all, of me going through the cards, so you can at least see all the angels. My husband was like, you have 52 angel paintings? And I'm like, actually, I have more than that. I have one right there. I have those 2 big ocean nautical angels. Yeah, there's more. So it was kind of neat. I didn't realize I had that many either, to be honest. Okay, so oh yeah, duh. This week, the prize for this week is I'm gonna pick 3 people again. I'm gonna do 3 for next week. The 3 winners will get to pick one of my new release patterns. Yay! So we're gonna do that. So that's the prize. The question is, good Lord, I don't have a question picked out. The question is, I have a question, and this might help the lady Bread and Thread by Sean Wright that asked if Flosstube was open to a new channel that was only punch needle and no cross stitch. I'm curious as to your thoughts about that. So my question this week is, are you open to other people starting a Flosstube channel if they're not showing cross stitch? Because it's not called cross stitch channel, it's called Flosstube. I know it's geared towards cross stitch, but you use a lot. You use way more embroidery floss doing punch needle than you do doing cross stitch. So, I mean, it still works with Flosstube. And like I said earlier in the video when I went through the questions and answers, basically what's going to happen is people that aren't interested in punch needle won't follow you, and people that are interested in punch needle will follow you. So I don't see a problem with it. But I'm curious what you all think about that. And so that's your question. And our last thing is the Chinese fortune teller. And this week, Jo Wick was chosen, and she said orange 3, 2. So let's just see what we got for that. Okay, O-R-A-N-G-E 1, 2, 3. Oh. I've never had that happen before. I try to hold it the same way. I don't know. O-R-A-N-G-E 1, 2, 3. Pick number 2. Inspirational story. Inspirational story. I'm going to have to pause it real quick because I have a list of websites that have inspirational stories. So I'm going to pause it and I'm going to look for that right now. So this inspirational story is a really good one. It's story time, y'all. Okay. No. I'm not the best reader. I need to slow down. In a small Italian town, hundreds of years ago, a small business owner owed a large sum of money to a loan shark. The loan shark was very old, unattractive looking guy, and just so happened to fancy the business owner's daughter. He decided to offer the businessman a deal that would completely wipe out the debt he owed him. However, the catch was that we would only wipe out the debt if he could marry the businessman's daughter. Needless to say, this proposal was met with a look of disgust. The loan shark said that he would place 2 pebbles into a bag, one white and one black. The daughter would then have to reach into the bag and pick out a pebble. If it was black, the debt would be wiped out, but the loan shark would then marry her. If it was white, the debt would also be wiped out, but the daughter wouldn't have to marry the ugly, scary, mean, old, okay, I added that part, loan shark. Okay, so standing on a pebble-strewn path in the businessman's garden, the loan shark bent over it and picked up 2 pebbles. Whilst he was picking them up, the daughter noticed that he picked up 2 black pebbles and placed them both into the bag. He then asked the daughter to reach into the bag and pick one. The daughter naturally had 3 choices as to what she could do. Number 1, she could refuse to pick from the bag. Number 2, take both pebbles out of the bag and expose the loan shark for cheating. Number 3, pick a pebble from the bag, fully well knowing that it was black, and sacrifice herself for her father's freedom. She drew out a pebble from the bag and before looking at it, accidentally dropped it into the midst of all the other pebbles. Then she said to the loan shark, "Oh, how clumsy of me! Never mind. If you look into the bag to the one that is left, you'll be able to tell which pebble I dropped." The pebble left in the bag is obviously black, and seeing as the loan shark didn't want to be exposed, he had to play along as if the pebble the daughter dropped was white and clear the father's debt. She's a genius. That's called thinking quick on your feet. Moral of the story: it is always possible to overcome a tough situation throughout of the box thinking. Yeah, they didn't word that. They have throughout as one word. Okay. It's always possible to overcome a tough situation through out of the box thinking and not give in to the only options you think you have to pick from. Isn't that good? That's a good story. That's all I have this week. I feel like I have a bunch more because, oh, I have one more super Totes Adorbs thing I have to show you, and I can't believe I just said Totes Adorbs. That is lame. But I have some really fun licensing products, or licensing samples I want to show you, but I'm not going to do that today. When I was cleaning out part of my studio, I found this. Okay, this was the very, very first punch needle that I ever designed. It is no longer available because anyone could draw it themselves. It's basically a star, and then I had blue here and burgundy on each side of the star. See, here's the pattern on the back. You can see it. So, guess who there, the lighting was just it was way too much. Guess who punched that sweet little punch needle? Ryan. Yep. When Ryan was little and we first moved into our house, he loved to be wherever I was at. And so at night, I would sit in my bed and do punch needle, and the kids would be running around the house playing. And I don't know, just like out of the blue, he's like, Mom, I want to learn punch needle so I can sit and do that with you. And that's what he did. He was 9 years old, and that's as far as he got, and then he kind of got bored with it. But what I wanted to kind of share that with you is because a 9-year-old boy did this, and it's pretty darn good. So, and that was his first attempt at it. So don't be intimidated by starting punch needle. I really think you should give it a shot because it's a lot of fun. Anywho, that is all for this week. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your comments and your questions. Keep them coming. And I'm just grateful to be a part of this community, and we will see you Friday. Bye now.